If you think I'm gonna be all kumbaya like all my real estate colleagues about the current real estate market, that ain't happening. A lot of people think I'm irresponsible for sharing with you about the absolute facts about the Maryland housing market, but you gotta know what's up. I'm telling you, this market is dynamic to say the least. Let me ask you this. If you're in a movie theater and someone yells fire without confirmation, that's irresponsible. But if you smell smoke, you damn well better check it out before you sound that alarm. Today, I smell smoke in the Maryland housing market, and it's starting in the South. If we have not met, my name is Mark A. Ritter here with Maryland Housing Market. Today, we're diving into Florida and Texas housing market because there's smoke. And where there's smoke, there's potential for fire. The U.S. housing market, please, it's dynamic, as I mentioned before, to say the least. It's essential for you to monitor these developments. Housing is the biggest investment you'll ever make. You gotta monitor it closely and understand the impact of surging housing inventories. What's Texas and Florida got to do with Maryland? It's a contagion. The better word is it's metastasizing. Boom, I got it out. Metastasizing, that's real. Today I have 7 points highlighting the challenges of Florida and Texas housing market, particularly related to increasing housing inventories and their potential impact on the broader U.S. housing market, aka Maryland. Let's go. Number one, housing inventory levels in Florida have surged significantly with a 34% year-over-year increase. Texas is experiencing the same similar trend. The bulk of the increase is concentrated in sections of Southwest Florida, love that area, Gulf Coast, including markets like Cape Coral, Fort Myers, and yes, Naples. These areas were hit hard by Hurricane Ian in September 2022, leaving behind thousands of damaged homes that are now flooding the market. Number two, Hurricane Ian's aftermath. As I mentioned, Hurricane Ian caused an estimated $112.9 billion worth of damage, making it the third costliest hurricane on record. The subsequent need for renovations has resulted in a surge of available housing inventory in these affected regions. Number three, markets softening in Southwest Florida. The combination of increased housing supply due to the damaged homes and strained demand has led to the market softening all across the Southwest Florida area. Spiked home prices, higher mortgage rates, elevated insurance premiums all day long have contributed to this slowdown. People are getting out of Florida because of the housing insurance premiums. Number four, sellers are slashing their prices. Sellers in both Florida and Texas are cutting asking prices to attract potential buyers and reduce excess housing inventory. The trend reflects the urgency to get unsold properties off the market. How about that? Number five, stagnant home prices. Despite the surplus of inventory, there haven't been a sharp home price corrections across Florida just yet, but it's coming. Most Florida housing markets still have inventory levels below pre-pandemic 2019 levels, which has helped prevent significant price drops, but they're starting to feel it. A lot of sellers are worried down there. Number six, Sunbelt construction boom and lingering listings. Look, the Sunbelt, including Florida and Texas, experienced a construction boom in response to the recent migration trends. However, many of these new listings are lingering on the market, leading to stagnant prices. Number seven, impact on the broader U.S. housing market. The excess of inventory in Florida and Texas could have a ripple effect on the rest of the U.S. housing market. It's starting to creep. If these markets continue to struggle, it may affect buyer confidence, lending practices, and overall housing dynamics. It's starting to creep, I'm telling you, and we'll talk about it further. One thing for certain, so you know, we get calls and emails every single day from people just like you. We love it. I love it. So whether you are moving in 9 days or 90 days, give us a call, shoot us a text, or send us an email. If you're moving about or relocating to Maryland, purchasing a home is the biggest investment of your life. We got you covered. Let's dive right into it, how surging housing inventories affect Maryland, our own backyard. Again, you got to know this information. This real estate market is predicated on affordability. You got rising rates, stagnant salaries, inflation, escalating home prices. That is a wild mixture, and they don't go together. Something has to give. And what we're seeing in Florida and Texas in the housing market, it's slowing. Again, that dog don't hunt. It just doesn't work together. People have rising debt. They can't afford these housing prices, so something's got to give. Buyers are pausing. Sellers are nervous. If you're a seller, you should be nervous. Let me say this. Don't forget, sellers, the great financial crisis of 2008. You saw your equity disappear like that. Overnight, gone.
And then that happens.
And I'm telling you, boomers, and I can say that. Can you believe this? Here's my first time ever admitting this. My name is Mark, and yes, I'm a boomer. My 24 days, it's whatever, but I'm a boomer. Again, so you got to listen to me, boomers. You got to sell now, secure your equity. You've been waiting. The time is now. Here are 3 specific points how rising housing inventories will impact Maryland sellers. This contagion is happening in Texas and Florida, and as I mentioned before, it's starting to creep across America. It's all about affordability, and Maryland has the same issues. Number 1, price stagnation or decline. As housing inventories increase, buyers will have more options to choose from. However, if demand remains stagnant or decreases, it could lead to longer listing times and potential price stagnation or even decline. Sellers may find it challenging to sell their homes at their desired prices, affecting the overall market confidence. I see that happening now. Just saw it in Columbia last night. 3 houses just made an announcement that they're reducing their price. And you never see that in the number 1 place to live in Maryland, Columbia. Number 2, extended time on the market. With more homes available, competition among sellers intensifies. Homes may stay longer on the market, longer periods, leading to increased carrying costs for homeowners. Extended time on the market can create uncertainty, anxiety for sellers, especially if they need to sell quickly due to financial constraints or other reasons. I'm seeing it. I talk to a lot of sellers, do a lot of listings out there, and they're feeling that pressure. They're nervous. Number 3, reduced buyer urgency. Okay, we see that. Rising inventories may reduce a sense of urgency among buyers. When there are plenty of options, buyers are going to take their time, negotiate harder, and wait for better deals. This shift in buyer behavior could further dampen demand, impact home prices negatively. I see it. I'm telling you, I'll say this. I'm on the front lines every single day as a realtor out there. Love it. Out there in every Maryland county. And I'm beginning to see it. I feel it. Charles County, here's a great example. There's more inventory in that $400,000 to $650,000 range than I've seen in years. Anywhere else. You want to buy a house? Inventory's in Charles County right now. Buyers, you've been waiting for this 2, 3, 4, 5 years. I'm telling you, there's an opportunity out there. So depending on the area that you're searching, there's still hot areas like Howard County. It will always be on fire, Columbia, out of the city, what have you. But buyers, there's more negotiating going on than you realize. Price reductions, seller help towards your closing costs, that's real. And rates are fluttering right closer to 7%. There are deals in the marketplace to be had. Buyers, heads up, go get it. To my sellers out there, don't get greedy. Look, your equity has returned from the great financial crisis of 2008. The time is now to secure it. I will keep hammering that. Remember, if you can't afford it, they ain't buying it. No matter how pretty your house is, if buyers can't afford it because of all the pressure out there, they're not going to buy your house. So look, more inventories are coming. Sellers, secure your equity today. One thing for certain, this Maryland suburb remains on fire. Check out my next video all about the number 1 place to live in Maryland, number 13 in America, Columbia, Maryland. Love Columbia. I love you, Baltimore, forever. Love you.